Okay, you have a Carrera Evolution slot car track. It's analog, of course, and you're wondering, can I make this digital? And if so, what do I have to do? What's involved? No worries, I got you covered. Hello again, race fans, and welcome back to the channel. And speaking of the channel, over the years, on occasion, we would get the question, hey, can I convert my analog track to digital? Then we recently put out a video about compatibility, how does digital and analog work together, what works with what, older track, newer track. And ever since that video, we've gotten that question, can I convert my track much more frequently now? So much, in fact, that we decided it's time to make a video. So this is that video. So what I'm going to do is just show all the components that you would need to add to your track to make it fully digital. And then at the end, give a recommendation on the way we feel was the best way to go about it. So firstly, we've got like a section of, say, an analog track, evolution track, and we're going to take out the power base. I think maybe now they call it the connector track because everything connects to it. And we're not going to need that anymore. And what you're going to need to get is the digital control unit, or just sometimes called the CU. And now all the stuff I'm going to show you, it's all available to buy separately. And we're going to add this into our track. Now this is actually going to run in the opposite direction as your old track, and you'll figure that part out later. But once we add this, though, we no longer have the voltage in one lane controlled by a controller, the voltage in the other lane controlled by a controller. Of course, that the change in voltage is what makes the car go faster or slower. But rather now, the entire track is powered all the time, and the power is embedded with a digital code. And the digital code is then read by the digital cars that act on the instructions accordingly. And so, essentially, with this in here now, your track is now digital. Okay? Now, it's not, there's a little bit more to it than that. So first thing we need to do is actually add power to this. Now, your old Evolution transformer, yeah, it's got different plugs on it, at least the older one does. The newer one, it might plug in, but it doesn't have enough power anyway. You're going to need the D132 or 124, if you're running 124 transformer. Has about 5 times the amperage of the other ones that it's going to need. Now, maybe you have a variable power supply that you used to use. That would probably work. But yeah, the original Evolution transformer doesn't have enough current output. What else? Oh yeah, you're going to need a controller. So your analog controllers aren't going to work. And whether they're the Carrera controllers or aftermarket controllers, you need a digital controller. And therefore, you're going to want to get at least 2 to start, I would think. And I would also suggest with the wireless kit that comes with 2 controllers plus a piece of track that your charging base plugs into. And so now we've got the digital track in here, we got the power, we have our controllers, and oh yeah, we want to be able to change lanes. Like one of the biggest features of digital is changing lanes, right? Because right now, if you can't do that, you might as well still be running analog. So you're going to want to get, at least to start, 1 double lane change like this right here. You'll probably want more in the future, but we're just going to say, let's start with 1. And the last thing, oh yeah, so if you take your Evolution or your analog car and you put it on the track like this now, it's just going to take off till it flies off the end of the track. And so what you need to do is either buy digital cars, or you can convert your analog cars to digital. Now, if you've got a Carrera analog car manufactured within the past 15 years maybe, it's probably digital ready, which means all you need to do is buy one of these decoders, and it's pretty much a plug and play operation into the Carrera car, and the car is now digital. So the next question is, of course, what's all this going to cost me, right?
What'll it cost, man? What'll it cost?
Okay, well, assuming that you buy everything new, and these are 2024 US dollars, average price, what you can expect to pay, give or take 10% depending on where you live or where you buy it from. But the control unit, that's $80. The wireless controllers, $125 for two. Now you could save a few dollars if you wanted to go with the wired digital controllers. Now there's nothing wrong with a wired controller if you don't need the wire to be any longer than that. So these is the Carrera wired controller. Really short cord, that's why we recommend just going with the wireless. Now the transformer, 14.8 volt, 3.5 amp, $80. It should cost about 15. That's okay. Anyway, don't get me started on that. The digital decoders, okay, you're gonna want at least two of these. If you're gonna chip over a car, they're about $35 each, so 70 together. And then the dual lane change, about $60. And yeah, the digital stuff isn't cheap. You know, for the cost of say 3 of these things, like you're buying a whole new, you know, Evolution set, right? And so the total cost for all that, $415. So not exactly chump change, right? Now, compare that to, say, a brand new, this set right here. This is the Bull and Horse set. It comes with everything you see here, right? It comes with the control unit and the transformer. And this one particular set comes with the wireless controllers. Also has a dual lane change included. But also, it's got 2 more cars, digital already, you don't have to chip them, and 24 feet of track. And the price on that, at least at the time of this recording, $380. Thus, for about $35 less, not only do you get all the components you need to make the track fully digital that you'd otherwise have to buy separately, but you also get 2 cars, and with the Bull and Horse set, they're the Ferrari 488s, which are some very good handling cars. Not to mention, you know, more than 20 feet of track. And even if the kit was the same price as everything individually, you're still coming out ahead. You know, unless you get, you know, some sort of a screaming deal on some of these components, and those are few and far between. You know, it's a no-brainer just to spend less and to get more. Now, even if, let's say, you don't need to buy the transformer, you already have a variable transformer. Okay, so now you're paying, you know, an extra $40 for the entire set than you would if you were buying all of them separately. Well, you are getting 2 cars. You can't even buy 1 car for 40, much less 2, plus 24 feet of track. So I think we recommend that's the way to go if you want to convert over. Now, that new track, that new digital set, that will be compatible with your old, you know, Evolution track. If you're really not sure about the compatibility, check this video right here. It tells you all about it, different ways to connect different track depending on whether it's 3-tab or 4-tab track. In conclusion, if you have a Carrera analog track and you want to go to digital, the best way is to just get a digital set and then integrate that with all of your existing analog stuff. That's the most cost-effective way to do that. So hopefully this video helped you out. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if not already. Really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you at the finish line.